Hey, what's up? I'm Mike Salemi, and for today's YouTube video, I'm gonna be showing you how to integrate two of my favorite unconventional conditioning tools, the Suples Bulgarian Bag and the Kettlebell, and this is gonna be a great superset that you can utilize as a finisher or as standalone training. Let's get into it. The Bulgarian bag movement that I'm gonna break down for you is gonna be a modified arm throw. And I'm gonna take you through a two-step progression on how to get there, as well as one big tip to make sure you're doing it optimally. So what the full movement's gonna look like is exactly like this. Now, before we get to the full modified arm throw, let's talk about what we call shoulder load. So for the shoulder load, all we're just gonna work on is just how to rest the bag safely onto your shoulders. So for this, I take my Bulgarian bag. I like squeezing it a little bit because that means when the bag's on my back, I can get my hands a little bit closer. So before we go out wide, let's just take the feet nice and close. And all we're gonna focus on is laying the bag on the back with one swing. Now, as you're performing this, the big tip that I want to give you is when the bag's going up, you want to receive the bag at your tallest, most extended position. So when that bag comes on the back, you want to stand tall, and then once it lands, only then do you absorb with your legs. So as opposed to letting the bag come up and then you duck underneath it and it slams on you, you want to receive it nice and high and use the legs to absorb. So we're going to take that into the modified arm throw. So for this, we're just gonna widen the base a little bit in a straddle position, okay? Toes slightly angled out, and it's just side to side movement with the lower body. So now we'll swing the bag, bring it to one side, cast it off. Whew, that's gonna train your legs laterally, side to side. It's gonna train your grip, it's gonna train rotation. So now after you hit that movement, the next movement with the kettlebells is gonna be our Renegade row. So the Renegade row is a pulling pattern and there's a lot of core emphasis involved. So your abs are gonna have to be working throughout. So for this, I'm gonna take the kettlebells. They're gonna be directly under my shoulders. Now from this position, the wider your base, the more stable. If you wanna challenge yourself even more, bring your feet closer together. But for today, I'm gonna go a wide base, okay? Legs are extended, squeeze your glutes, shoulders down, right on top of the bells. So now from here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna row back from my elbow and then lower down to the floor and repeat in the opposite arm. The key with the Renegade row is, and actually I'll encourage you when you do this, especially with steel bells like this, is bring them nice and tight and close, because if you go too far, when you do the row, it's gonna be too much outside your base. So keep them nice and close. And then as you're rowing back with one arm, this shoulder has to be directly stacked over the center of the kettlebell. A lot of times people start here, or they start back here, or their shoulders are out to one side, and then the kettlebell falls. So make sure that your shoulder's directly on top of your wrist, directly on top of the center of the kettlebell. And when you row back, I'm driving straight down, not forward, not to the side, and not back. And that's a great exercise, once again, to condition your rowing muscles, right? You gotta work some coordination because you're gonna be alternating sides. It's gonna work your core. It's a whole body movement. So now if we were to integrate those two movements, the modified arm throw with the Renegade row, I'll do one set and then I'll tell you a few different ways that you might be able to program it for yourself in your own workout. So the repetition range that I'm gonna choose is, we're gonna go 6 reps each side on the arm throw, and then we're gonna go 8 reps on the Renegade row. That's gonna constitute one round, okay? The rest period in between is really gonna be up to you as much as needed, but what I would suggest for this type of training, try to keep it under 30 seconds if you're going lighter weight. If you're gonna challenge yourself, go a little bit heavier, even give yourself up to 60 seconds rest. So once again, 6 reps each side on the modified arm throw, and then we'll do 8 reps each arm on the Renegade row, all right? So to begin, if you're gonna do this with me, get in your base, legs nice and wide, toes slightly angled out. I got a nice firm grip, postured up, and let's go. All right, that's 12. Bag goes down, readjust your bells. Remember, keep them fairly close. Stack the shoulders, widen the base. We go 8 reps each arm. And that was 8 reps each arm. Now I would take between 30 and 60 seconds rest, more or less. But before I go into a second round, I'm already winded because, again, it takes damn near every single muscle on the job to do both these movements. High level of athleticism, high level of coordination. In terms of how many sets to do, again, this could be a finisher. Maybe you just do 1 set at the end of your workout, or if it was gonna be a standalone workout by itself, what I would suggest is, you know, depending also on your conditioning level, at least 3 rounds would be really good, even if you needed to extend the rest period up to 60 seconds. Upwards even of like 8 rounds, if you've got a higher level of conditioning, you can certainly do that. But choose a rest period that is enough for you to recover a little bit, because the technicality, especially on the arm throw, is quite high. So you wanna make sure that you stay sharp, stay precise, hit that lateral movement, and you're doing it from very cleanly from the start to the end. I hope you enjoyed this exercise, or these 2 exercises, how to integrate the bag with the kettlebell. 2 of my favorite, hands down, my favorite pieces of unconventional training equipment. I feel strong, I feel athletic, I feel resilient, and I really want you to feel the same. So I hope you love these 2 exercises and try them yourself. Comment below what you think of this workout. See you guys later.
I'll make it.